Hey there, and welcome to another Warzone Apothis game. My guest today is Mark, who's unfortunately out of shot at the moment, but we're going to be playing on the planet of duel over a hive. So it's going to be a Cities of Death game at 1,500 points. I'm going to be bringing my AdMech, he's going to be bringing his Necrons. So let's go take a look at the armies and the board. And here we have the 1,500 points of Necrons with Astra Militarum allies. So why don't you just quickly take us through what you have here. We'll start over here with the guard here.
All right, so what we have here is a company command.
Okay.
With regimental standard, flamer, medic, plasma gun. The company commander has plasma pistol. This is our preacher, brother Hezekiah, who used to spread the word of the Emperor, but now, having seen the power of the star gods, has switched faiths.
Spreads the word of AOL now.
Spreads the word of the Catan, yeah. And for those of you watching, that is in fact heresy. I'm not sure which squad he'll be with, but he'll be somewhere where he's most useful.
All right.
Next, we have a squad of veterans. They have two melta weapons and a flamer. All have shotguns, and they are kitted out with the demolitions upgrade, so you got the guy with the demolition charge, and they all have melt bombs.
Sounds fun.
Next, we have an infantry platoon with our platoon command, autocannon, two grenade launchers, and the lieutenant has a bolter, and our two squads, one with las cannon and plasma, and the other with autocannon and melta. Both of the sergeants have plasma pistols.
All right, excellent. So it looks like it's pretty much all what you see is what you get.
Pretty much,
so that makes things easy. And then over here we have their Necron overlords.
Yes, so the Necrons were actually fielding a detachment and a formation. This is a combined arms detachment, which is our overlord in a catacomb command barge. Mm-hmm. And he has the war scythe. He does not have a resurrection orb, so
okay.
So just be aware of that. We have a unit of 10 warriors, a unit of 10 immortals, and a cryptech, who actually does have a resurrection orb.
Okay.
And the immortals and the cryptech will be in the night scythe.
Oh, the night scythe right over there. Okay, excellent. And then over here.
And over here we have a canoptech harvest.
Okay.
With, you will note, only one team spider.
Only one spider. Okay, so there we have the 1,500 points of Necrons with Astra Militarum allies.
A very fluffy list.
Yeah, it's not often you don't see a curb stompy Necron list these days.
Yeah,
so
the sort of fluff idea for this is that there was some sort of malfunction with the Tomb World reawakening, and a bunch of their warriors failed to awaken, so they had to enslave a nearby planet of humans to fight for them.
Sounds fun. All right. And over here we have the defenders of the Hive City. So right in the very front there, we have a Canoness from the Sisters of Battle, because I'm going to be taking them in as my allies. And just to either side of her, there is a squad of 10 Battle Sisters. Now, one of the Battle Sister squads does have a pair of Meltas in there, so hopefully they'll give a little bit of punch there. Then we have the AdMech in the back here. So we got 2 units of 5 Skitarii. So one unit has 2 of the arc rifles, one unit has the Transeric Arquebus. Both have the Omnispecs, just so they can reduce cover saves a little bit. It's going to be very important in Cities of Death.
Very important.
In the back here, we have 3 Doom Crawlers. One with the Icarus Array, one with the Neutron Laser, and one with the Heavy Phosphor Cannon. Over here, we have the Iron Strider formation. So in the back there's going to be 3 Iron Strider Ballistaries, 2 with autocannons, 1 with las cannon. There's going to be 3 Dragoons with the Radium Giselles and Phosphor Blaster. And then there's going to be 2 with the Taser Lance, or the Taser Goads. No, Taser Lances, that's it. And then for a little bit of air support, we have my Avenger Strike Fighter. So hopefully that's going to come in and be able to do some damage against his Air Force itself. So there is the 1,500 points defending the Hive. And here's the table. We are playing a Cities of Death game today. So that's going to affect what sort of objectives we're pulling and what we're going to be fighting for. But as you can see, all the objectives have already been placed on the table here, all over the place. So we're going to be having a very bloody fight in the quarters here.
So 4, 5, 6.
Alright, and we've already rolled for deployment and sides, and Mark has, Mark chose this deployment zone, and he's going to be deploying first. So, we'll get back to you as soon as the armies are set up. And here we are. Now, when both of us were setting up this, we didn't realize just how close we'd actually be starting towards each other, because the way the deployment zones work is they're quartered. So they're 2 feet deep by 3 feet wide. So in this case, as you can see, he has some guardsmen right there, and I have my Iron Striders right there. So I'm ready to get right into the fray here. So he has the rest of it here, all kicking around here. He's got his unit of veterans right there. He's got his command squad right there. He's got his platoon command squad right there. Then all back here, he's got his Necrons ready to support his...
More than 12 inches apart.
More than 12 inches apart, that's right.
They are come the apocalypse allies.
Yep. So that's gonna be a little problematic for you at times.
Yep.
Then over here, with the AdMech here, we have one unit of the Skitarii Rangers right there, backed up by a unit of Sisters. We have the Doom Crawlers that have just taken up shop right there. Now they ignore cover when they move, so they can have pretty free reign of the board. We have some more Skitarii up here with another unit of Sisters. Over here, the rest of the Iron Striders are ready to tear up the flank. So there we go. That is the deployment. So Mark is currently going first. I'm going to attempt to seize the initiative here, which is going to be huge for me if I'm able to do this. Oh wait, I got to do scout moves first.
Yes, you do.
So just before I steal the initiative there, I forgot that I had to roll or do a scout redeployment because the Skitarii Maniple allows me to do so. So the two ranger squads basically just move forward just to capture some objectives. Hopefully I'm going to draw those ones and get lucky with that. So here is my seize. Nope.
Alas.
So it is going to be a Necron Astra Militarum turn 1. So let's see how that goes. So at the start of Mark's first turn, he's got to roll for objectives. Now, for this particular mission, we're only doing 11 to 36 results, just as that's what the mission calls for. So in this case, the green die will be the D3, the white die will be the D6.
All right, so our 3 objectives are 35.
So 35 is seize building number 5 and storm and defend. Okay. And we have 35 again, so re-roll that.
Okay.
34. Okay, so that was going to be seize building 4 and storm and defend. And the last one is going to be 16, which is going to be secure building 6 and capturing control. Okay, so over here we have this one part of the platoon squad. Just going to be rolling around the corner here.
Trying to get as far as they can towards
objective number 5, which is this fella right back here in the in this burnt out building. Alright, so he's going to move the, what is this, Canoptic Harvest?
Canoptic Harvest. And for the first turn, I'm going to use the Spider to give them reanimation protocols.
Okay.
5 up because I'm not Decurion.
Okay.
So let's start with moving the Wraiths here. And they are just going to zip right up here.
Oh, I keep forgetting that they're fast buggers because they're beasts.
Yes. It's up.
So these warriors are going to try and get up the building to get to objective 4.
5 inches.
5 inches? That should be enough to put them within 3.
So, yep.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be within 3.
Because I'm going to be right about there.
Yeah. So the rest of the guys are just going to daisy chain around the side there just to hold the objective, but still maybe get into a better position at some point down the road. And the rest of the Canoptic Harvest is just going to zip along with the Wraiths here, as they just go right around the building. And there's the spider right there.
He's going to use his Scarab Hive to try and generate another base of Scarabs.
Okay.
Which he does.
And it's on a roll of a...
On a roll of 1, I would take a wound.
Okay, so basically 2+ and you make more spiders.
Correct.
Or more scarabs. And there's the new fella right there. So the skimmer, or the chariot here, is just going to zip over.
Ignore intervening terrain. It's going to back up a little bit there.
And there he is.
Guy there.
Alright, so the veteran squad is just going to wrap around the corner there. They want to get into nice close range so they can use their demo charge, I'm sure. Because that's always a lot of fun. A strength 10 AP 1 large blast.
Brother Hezekiah with them.
And the priest is just going to wander over. Right over there. just to help hold this this central alley here. So moving into the order phase, your senior officer,
Yes, the platoon, or sorry, company commander
is going to issue Bring It Down. He's going to be ordering this squad right here to fire at those Sidonian Dragoons right there. So on a leadership, is there a leadership 7 or 8?
I believe it's an 8.
Needing 8s. And it goes off. All right, so he's going to be firing that autocannon right into my Dragoon.
That's a las cannon.
Oh, sorry, las cannon. Oh, I'm not nearly as frightened of that then. Okay. All right, so which one are we starting with?
First things first, the las cannon.
All right, so needing a 4 to hit.
Of course.
Misses. Now, which one do you want to do next? Your plasma gun or plasma pistol?
Plasma pistol from the sergeant.
All right. That is
a miss, I believe. I don't think he has a higher.
We'll double check that in a second. Go ahead and roll your plasma gun now.
Plasma gun. Hey!
Oh, a miss, and he melts himself.
And he does.
And he melted himself. So there goes the plasma gunner.
Thoroughly.
And unfortunately, the sergeant did indeed miss. So unfortunately, that was not a very inspiring round of shooting there. All right, so his company commander is going to get fire on his target to that squad right up there. That definitely goes off. And what are you firing at with them?
They will be firing at these guys up here.
Gonna fire at my sniper squad up here. So just the autocannon is in range over here, but that's still enough to do some damage. Now this does also happen to be my warlord in this unit right here. So in his warlord trait I did roll, he does have the shrouded special rule, plus he's in cover, so that's gonna be 4 up cover saves right there.
But I got the order.
That's right, that's right. So I'm gonna have to rely on my 4 up armor save.
Which you're not gonna get because
no, I'm not gonna get. So that's gonna be 2 hits right there. Okay.
Anything but a 1.
All right, so one wound right there, and because no cover, no armor, I don't even get my feel no pain as a result. So bam, just 1 dead right there. And the platoon commander over here is just going to issue move over to these veterans right here, just to get them into a better spot. Needing 8s, I believe,
and missing it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So that does end the order phase at this point. So moving into the rest of the shooting phase. So over here, this squad's going to run forward. 6 inches. They're hoofing it across.
I'll get at least a couple of them into cover.
Oh, yeah. Well, more importantly, it's getting you closer to that objective as well.
Exactly.
You won't be able to quite take it this turn, but you know what? It's probably going to be an easy one to take next turn for you. And the veterans are also going to run forward. 3 inches. Not quite as much of a hurry as the other platoon squad there.
Get them right up to the edge.
Yeah. Enough just to get them a little bit closer there.
Like break up line.
And there they are. And the Canoptek Harvest is just going to run right across the board there. So
first the raids, 1 inch.
Oh.
Second the scarabs, 6 inches, and last the spider, 4 inches.
Now, unfortunately, because you rolled the raids first,
I'm gonna have to squeeze them way over.
It should still be doable. Yeah, you still have enough space that you can get them through there.
It strings them out a little bit, though.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to put the scarabs closer, so they're going to be a little bit more of an immediate threat to deal with.
Gap, and he goes 4 inches to there.
And there we go, just moving down the alley. And the Lord is just going to fly down on his chariot, just another 6 inches, get into prime position. You said he has a war scythe, right?
He does.
Yeah. So once he gets into combat with things, he's going to start just cutting things up.
He's gonna murder some stuff.
Yeah. And with that running, that does end the Astra Militarum and Necron.
Hang on.
Oh, we missed something over here.
No, I used flat out, so never mind.
Okay, so that does end the turn for the Necrons and Astra Militarum. So moving on to the AdMech and Sisters, turn 1. So at the end of his turn, he was able to secure Objective 4 and Objective 6 right over there. So it is going to put him at 2 points to my 0. So I almost forgot, at the beginning of the game, I actually had to nominate a character in your army. For my Iron Strider formation. I will nominate your Lord on a Chariot right over here. So anytime my Iron Strider formation is wounding against him, I'm going to get to reroll those wounds. So that could be very important. We'll find out. And at the start of my turn, generating my objectives. My first objective is going to be 25, which is secure or garrison building 5. Oh, so we're going to have a fight over that one. I'm going to do 22, which is going to be Garrison Building 2.
That's right in front.
And that's 22 again. And that's 12. So secure building 2. So just at the start of my movement phase, they're just going to start pounding up the flank right here. Just to get into better position, start shooting some stuff. I don't think I'm going to be, I'm not going to be able to take Objective 5 just yet, but I might be able to stop you from taking Objective 5. And over here, the Sidonian Dragoons with the Taser Lances, they're just going to stop right at the edge of the difficult terrain here, just because I don't want to immobilize myself before I charge in.
Oh wait, you're a walker, right?
I am a walker.
You can't immobilize yourself.
Yeah, that's right, I am a walker. Yeah, alright. I am a walker, so I'm going to roll for that and just see how... No, I'm not going to roll for that, because if I roll really poorly, I don't want to get in there.
True.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get in there, so I'm just going to stop short of the terrain. That's only 3 inches, so basically as long as I don't roll snake eyes, I should be good. And this unit of the Ballistari are just going to move forward to 9 inches, just like so. That's going to give them line of sight on the veteran squad, which that means I can shoot them or maybe charge them. Gives me some options. And over here, I'm just going to try and move the Skitarii forward a little bit through difficult terrain. They do have move through cover, so 3d6. So for a whopping 3 inches, that's just going to be enough to move them a little bit closer right there. Yeah, they might be able to do something. Who knows? But at the very least, they're in a better position. And over here, the sisters are just going to start redeploying a little bit just to get into a better spot to try and counter those raids and scarabs as they come around the corner there. They're probably going to die a gruesome, horrible, grisly death, but you know what? That's what my sisters do. They're pros at that, but hopefully they'll be able to hold them off just a little bit. Over here, these sisters are just going to try and get up the building a little bit further. Rolling difficult terrain. That is a cocked 6 for 2. All right, I'm really hightailing it up here. So they're just moving forward a little bit closer. I don't even think I'll have range on anything at this point. Well, maybe on some of your guards if I have some sight on them.
Yeah.
And over here, my crab tanks are just going to slightly reposition a little bit, just enough so this other crab tank, or Onager Dunecrawler, I should call it by the proper name, has enough space to get up here. And they do ignore the effects of difficult terrain when moving things, they just can't run.
Right.
So they can get up there no problem.
Which is the...
And I forgot at the beginning of my turn, I could have nominated a Doctrine Imperative. In this particular case, I was going to nominate my ballistic skill to go up +1, simply because I'm not too afraid of the close combat that's going to be happening, and I want to try and whittle some things away before I actually get into combat with a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to be firing with all my AdMech stuff at ballistic skill 5. So at the start of my shooting phase, I do have 2 arc rifles in here, which I'm going to take some pot shots at your chariot right there.
Here's the bad part.
What's the bad part?
I can choose to take them on the Lord.
Really?
Yep.
Alright, so his bad news is indeed bad news for me, because he can allocate the wounds to either the Lord or the chariot, but I still got to fire at it. So we're going to start with the two arc rifles first. Actually, no, I'm going to start with my galvanic rifles. Maybe put enough wounds on the Lord that you won't want to put the wounds on him.
What's the strength on the...
4 and 4. So strength 4, AP 4.
Those on the chariot.
You'll put those... Oh, that's right, you can do that. So I guess I'm just firing the arc rifles then.
Okay.
So, both arc rifles hit. And what's your... oh. So both of those hit, so he's allocating both of them to the Lord here. So on 3s, so it's going to be 2 wounds. And what sort of armor save you looking at there?
What is the AP of the weapon?
5.
Then he'll take his normal 3-up save.
Okay. Oh!
It's going to be one of those kind of games.
That's unfortunate. You know what, I've had games like that, and it's, you know, sometimes you just got to grit your teeth, right?
Yeah, get one of the little dice and bring him down to 1 wound.
Alright, so the Lord has been reduced to 1 wound. Next up, I'm going to start firing the Doom Crawlers. I'm going to start with this guy right in the front there. He's got his heavy phosphor cannon plus his heavy stubber, cognitive stubber. So once again, he's going to be firing at the Lord on chariot right there.
Alright, what is the strength of the
phosphor cannon? Strength 6, AP 3.
I will take that on the chariot.
You'll take that on the chariot, One second, I'm going to revise some things here. So scratch that, because I got to get used to this whole chariot thing. I'm actually going to fire my neutron blaster first. That's a strength 10 AP 1 shot.
I will take that on the vehicle.
Okay then, so maybe I'll burst you.
Hang on, let me think about that. Strength 10, AP 1.
3's to glance to.
Boy, and if I lose it, I lose the quantum shielding.
Yeah.
But I have a 4-up invulnerable on the Lord.
Yeah, but
He's
if
only
you
got 1 wound left.
That's true.
Man, that's tough.
We'll let him contemplate it.
That's tough.
So he's going to opt to take it on the chariot itself. So I'm going to be hitting on a 2 here. That's a hit. And gonna see if I penetrate, and then he's gonna roll to see if he covers. So I need a 3 to glance. That is a penetrating hit with a 4 up cover. Okay, so he makes it there. So he's safe for a little bit longer. All right, so moving on to the Icarus array on the 1 Honor Guard Doomcrawler here. Now I'm going to fire the things that could potentially bring down your, or at least glance you a little bit. I'm not going to bother with any of the Strength 6 stuff, simply because you're just going to apply it to the vehicle. And because I have no way of actually taking down your shield at the moment, there's no point in firing those. So the missile launcher, 1 hits, needing a 6 to glance here. That is a glance at the very least, so you're going to get your 4 up cover save.
No.
No, okay. So he's taken a hull point. And how many does he have total?
He has 3.
3 hull points. Okay, so he's down to 1 hull, or 2 hull points there. And please just excuse the noise. We are still renovating our studios here, so they're just doing some work in the other room. And my Cognis autocannon. So the missile launcher was actually only 1 shot, and I rolled 2 dice.
Oh.
So you want to just do even odds?
Even odds.
Okay, so I'll take even. On even, it goes through. That is an even.
All right.
All right. So I'll remember that for next time. Now the twin-linked Cognis autocannon hitting on 2s. So both are hitting there. Once again, needing 6s. There is 1 6 there. So once again, a 4 up save, and he makes it this time. So over here, gonna fire these 3 Dragoons into that squad of guardsmen right there. I'm going to start with my phosphor weapons, simply because I want to try and reduce your cover save a little bit for once I start getting to that point.
Right.
So, hitting on 2s, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s with no armor save. So that is going to be 3 wounds right there. So the closest 2 are out of cover. And
I think this one's out of cover as well.
All right. And they do have the Luminogen effect on them now, so that means that your cover save is going to be reduced by 1. And if I decide to assault it, it's going to be, I get to reroll my charge distance. And the 3 Radium Giselles, again, hitting on 2s. There's going to be 3 hits right there.
No precision shots.
No precision shots. That's okay, though. And wounding on 4s, because it's sniper, but on a roll of a 6, it's going to be additional wounds. No additional wounds, and no wound at all, actually.
Wow.
From the Radium Giselles. Okay. Over here, my Warlord and Skitari are going to take some pot shots at this command squad, right up there, the platoon command squad. So I'm going to start with my Transric Arquebus, and hoping to hit, because this is a sniper, so if I roll a 6, which I did,
Uh-oh.
so that's definitely a hit. So I'm going to apply that to your platoon commander there. So on a 4, I'm going to wound him. That's off the table. And that is going to be a wound as well. So you are going to get your 4 up cover.
Do they have the thing that reduces it to a 5 up?
They do have the Omnispec, so it's going to be a 5 up cover,
5
yeah.
up cover. Nope.
No, unfortunately not. So
But
I have
Omnispecs kills them.
the Omnispecs, and they are, right, yeah, because you would have saved that without the Omnispecs. And going to follow up the Arquebus with the Galvanic Rifle. So once again, hitting on 2s. That does hit. This is wounding on 3s, because it's Strength 4, AP 4. That is going to be a wound, so you're going to take your 5 up cover save.
5 up cover save. Which I make.
And which you make. Excellent. And over here, I do have 3 bolters that can see these scarabs over here. So just an attempt to whittle them down a little bit. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on, what's your toughness?
3.
All right, so wounding on 3s. It's going to be 1 wound. Do you have any armor saves on those things?
I think I've got cover from behind all this junk in front of us.
Sure thing. With this table, it's probably safe to assume cover at all times. Nope. So that's going to be 1 wound. Okay. And that front guy is just down to 2 there. So he's going to get his reanimation protocols for this scarab right there. So on a 5+. Yep, he's good. And we realized we forgot it for the Lord as well. So he's going to have 2 reanimation protocols on the Lord at 5+, to see if those wounds still go through or not. And of course, he makes them both. So over here, I'm not going to fire with these Iron Striders here, simply because I want to be able to assault in there. So I'm going to skip their firing. And these sisters over here don't actually have line of sight. Well, they have some line of sight. But again, I want to be able to assault with the Sidonian Dragoons there.
The guys that you can reach.
Yeah, so I'm just going to not fire with them. I'm not even going to bother measuring. So we got some morale saves to make, and then we'll move on to assault.
Yeah.
All right, so morale check to run away. Needing, what is it, 8s?
8s and not getting it.
So they're gonna run away. And was there another squad, or was that just it?
No, there's only one guy.
Yeah, there was only one that was only 20%. So they're gonna run away 7 inches, which is gonna take them off the table edge.
Yep.
So that is gonna be first blood to the AdMech and Sisters.
Yep.
So over here, I'm going to declare my assault with these Ballistari against your veterans. Now you do have some, it looks like you have at least 2 Meltas in there.
Guns.
So they're the only things that are actually going to be able to hurt the Ballistari.
Correct.
So you might as well take your Overwatch with them. So it's going to be on 6s. Oh, come on! And you're definitely within Melta range.
Definitely within Melta range.
So the first one, that's a pen, and the second one is also a pen. So with the 2 penetrating hits, that's definitely enough to at least kill it. So we're just going to find out what the result is at this point. So it's open topped, and the Melta is AP1. So you add +3 to this. So
both of them at the same time.
Yeah. And
It
that's definitely
explodes.
explosive. So how many inches? It's
4
gonna be
inches.
4 inches. It might not hit the Skitarii, but we're going to quickly measure that. And it looks like it is just out of the 4 inches there, but I have lost the lead Ballistari there. So that's going to make my charge a lot longer. And with losing that lead one there, my charge went from needing 5 inches, plus the 3 inches for my Dune Strider rule, to needing 9 inches. And that's including the Dune Strider rule. So, let's see. Nope, I do not get it. So they are going to be stuck there for the turn. But moving on to my Sidonian Dragoons right there. Now you do have your las cannon and your plasma pistol there.
Yep.
So I assume you're going to want to overwatch with
yes.
those. All right. So the las cannon, of course it hits, and the plasma pistol does not. Okay.
At least I don't melt myself.
So the las cannon, does it go through? Needing the 2.
Yes.
It definitely goes through. So I'm going to have a 5-up cover save for this. Nope. So I'm going to take one.
One penetrating.
Yeah, 1 penetrating hit.
Adding 3 again.
Yep, no, last cannon's only AP2,
AP2,
is it?
so
Yeah,
adding two.
adding 2. 1. Okay, so that's not too bad of a deal there for me. I'm just shaking.
How does that affect your close combat?
We'll double check all that. And at this point, it only needs about 3 inches to get in, but I'm going to roll anyway just to be on the safe side. With 7 plus 3, 10 inches, it's definitely in. Like so. And, oh, you know what? I don't think the second one's going to get into base-to-base contact. There's just not enough space there.
Nope.
But still going to be able to attack. But it does mean that's less impact hits.
Right. How many hull points do they start with?
2 each.
All right, so one of them is down to 1, your choice?
Yeah, this guy right there. Yeah, he'll be down to 1.
Okay.
So, 1 Hammer of Wrath at Strength 5. That is definitely going to wound. So you're going to have your armor save against this. So 5 up. And you saved it. So each of them have 3 attack space, plus 1 for being on the charge, so that's going to be 8 attacks here. Anytime I roll a 6 on the hit, it's going to be 2 additional hits. So no 6s, and that's a lot of misses actually. But you know what, that might actually kind of be good for me, because it means that they're going to be locked in combat for another turn. These are at strength plus 3, so strength 8. So that's going to be 2 wounds right there, so you have your 5-up saves, which you made 1 of. So after all that, I only killed 1 guardsman. So at the end of my turn, I was not able to secure objective 5 because there was nothing to charge into to get a little bit closer. I was also unable to secure objective 2 simply because you have a fearless unit of guardsmen there that are objective secured.
Who should pile in, by the way?
Who should pile in, yeah. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get either of those, which is kind of a big deal. I was able to get first blood though, so that does put the score at 2-1 as we move into the Necron Astra Militarum. Turn 2. So at the start of Mark's turn, he's going to roll for another objective. So he's going to roll twice on the chart to get himself back up to 3. So there's 11. So that's objective 1. And 36, or sorry, 36. Objective 6. So he does have 1 reserve roll to make right here. So on a 3+.
Yes.
And they're in. So his Night Scythe is just going to come on from reserve here, right off the edge. Just roll right up the center there, just to get a good, well, it's going to be blocking my my Sidonian Dragoons over here.
Yep.
So that's going to be problematic for me. So the Night Scythe has come in and it's just dropped off its squad of Immortals right down there, ready to take on the Iron Striders. And because he's playing with some Come the Apocalypse units here, he does have some one-eye open test to make. So the veterans, they're fine. The command barge is fine. The company commander over here. Oh no, they're not doing anything.
No orders issued.
No orders.
That's rough.
And this platoon squad, or this platoon commander, I think you're just down to 6 there, so we won't worry about that.
Yeah, well, because he's got the vertical as well. Yeah. So.
And just double checked it. You are indeed down by about 1/3 of an inch, so you don't have to do the one-eye open for them.
Great. So first things first, this guy's going to
You're
have
going to
a
choose.
Scarab Hive.
Okay.
He generates a Scarab.
Now is he giving them all reanimation protocols again?
No, he's giving them all Shred.
Okay. Sure. So that Scarab is just going to start right back there then. And you're going to start moving your Scarabs forward?
So these guys forward.
All right.
So they're going to go this way.
Yeah, because you're a beast, you ignore the difficult terrain there.
Yep, and that's going to get me right up here.
Right there. So there they are, starting to move forward. Just piling up, going for objective 1 there. And there they are. And the raids are going to move forward as well, just staying alongside their Scarabs there. We're going to add some added muscle to whatever comes around the corner. And the Spider's just going to plod forward there. And the veterans are just going to plod forward as well. They got their melta-guns, they got their demolition charge, they got a whole lot that can really do a number on my Iron Striders right there.
Forward.
And the command barge is just going to keep moving forward here. Just right around there. So over here, we're going to have the Necron warriors. They're going to move through difficult terrain. 2d6.
Sorry.
Yeah,
3 inches. I just want to keep them, kind of pull them around, but keep them in coherency and still touching this objective. So that's kind of my goal there.
All right, no worries.
That
Should be easy enough to do.
Kind of around the corner, get them.
And these guys right here are just going to move forward a little bit. Not going to bother rolling for the difficult terrain because most of them are just rolling about an inch anyway.
Yeah, this is actually a
that's a team there?
team.
Oh, okay.
So I can't actually move this guy because that would mean the team would move. And
so you're stuck there.
So he's standing right there.
But that does appear to be your movement phase.
It does.
So moving into Necron and Astra Militarum, shooting. So over here, he's going to fire his Necron warriors into the squad of Skitaria right up there. He's got 5 guys in range for single shots. So hitting on 3s, that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, that's going to be 3 wounds. So I'm going to either have 4 up cover or 4 up armor, so it doesn't really matter. On 4s, alright, so 2 failed, but I do have my 6 up Feel No Pains, which I also failed. So I just lost 2 Skitari.
He's got the.
There's the Galvanic one right there.
Thing.
And I got to take out the Omnispecs because I need the higher strength shots from the arc rifles.
Yeah, for sure.
And just going to run forward with the Spider. 2 inches!
Yay!
Well, it's enough to keep them close, right?
Maybe
that's
not
the important
close
thing.
enough. That's the important part.
And over here, we have the Immortals with their Cryptek firing into the Sidonian Dragoons right here. So there's 20 shots from their Gauss, what are these, Gauss Blasters?
Gauss Blasters.
Yeah, Gauss Blasters. So hitting on 3s. Ooh. Alright, and needing 6s to glance. And we see 3 6s. So I do have some cover saves here, because they have the 5 up cover save. And I make one, just one. So unfortunately, I have lost my lead right there. So he is gone. And lastly, the Staff of Light.
Cryptek.
That's going to be two hits?
Yep.
Okay.
Strength 5, so 6 to glance again.
Alright.
Nothing.
Okay. And he's going to fire the Tesla Destructor at the Sidonian Dragoons as well. So, needing, what, 3s?
3s to hit.
3s to hit.
No 6s.
Alright, so 2 hits. And needing 4s to glance, 5s to pen. There's 1 penetrating hit, so needing a 5 up cover save. That's off the table. And I fail it. So what does the penetrating hit do? So +1 to whatever this, yep. So just shaken, so he's going to be snap firing in my turn. So not too bad. And over here from the platoon command squad, he's just going to be firing the autocannon into my Skitari with Warlord right up here. So he was just rolling those, so those are 2 hits right there. So on 2s to wound.
Oh man, only one.
Only one wound.
You
Now,
get your 2 up cover?
well, I'm shrouded and I'm in cover, so that's going to be...
up and +2, so
Yeah, I
two
guess so.
up.
Which I make.
Yep.
So they are fine. So over here, his veteran squad is going to fire into these Ballistari right here. Now, unfortunately, he is just out with his demolition charge. So unfortunately, he's not going to be lobbing that at me.
And just out with my melta guns.
And just out with the melter range. So he's only going to get the regular strength on this one. So 3s to hit. Oh,
Nothing.
no.
Good thing it wasn't plasma.
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a morale save to make over here. I am within 6 inches, so I am benefiting from the data spectrum. So that means I'm going to get +1 to my leadership, which is actually not something I wanted at this particular time. So I now have a leadership 10, which I'm going to pass. So unfortunately I'm stuck there, which means you're definitely going to be able to pull yourself into combat here unless you roll snake eyes.
Correct.
Alright, so he's going to declare an assault with his veterans into my Ballistari here. So I am going to overwatch.
5 inches, at least at first.
Now I do have the Cognus weapons here, which means I'm overwatching on a 5+
right.
instead of a 6.
That's pretty awesome.
So the twin-linked Cognus autocannon, both hit.
Nice.
And the las cannon, off the table. Misses. I gotta check if that's twin-linked. And the las cannon is twin-linked, so one more chance. Still nothing. So 2 autocannon hits, wounding on 2s. And that's going to be 2 dead guardsmen, right at the very front there.
Yep. Oh no, my demolition charge!
So that's going to make the charge just a little bit longer at this point.
Yep.
So needing 6 inches to get in there, which you make it with 9.
Score.
Alright.
First guy's going to get to go in. No worries.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get a
Bad
whole
guys,
bunch in
yeah.
at this point.
Yep.
And there they are with all their melt-a-bomb goodness.
I think
So the Lord is going to charge in. He needs a 7 inches.
7 it looks
Yep,
like.
7 inches here.
He does not make
He
it.
does not make it, so that is a saving grace for me right
Yeah,
there.
for sure, for
All
sure.
right.
Herbs.
So the Scarabs over here are going to assault in, so I got a bunch of Overwatch to do. Needing 6s to hit. 1 hit. And wounding on a 2 because it's strength 6. So it's going to be 1 wound right there. And it's AP5, so you're going to get your armor save if you have any.
I'm going to get cover save.
cover
They're
save?
only armor 6.
Okay. So take your cover save.
Which it doesn't make. Since it's
And
strength
your,
6, it removes an entire base.
Strength
because
5.
Strength 5. Oh,
Strength
it only
5. You're
takes-
thinking of the Phosphor Blaster.
Ah.
And you have your reanimation protocol.
I did not give them reanimation
that's
protocols.
right.
I gave them shred.
That's right. Okay.
So he takes a wound.
So he takes 1 wound, but it was not enough to take him out. And there's the 1 wound right there. And he only needs, it looks like, 4 inches or so.
Yeah.
So don't roll poorly. Oh.
He's a, I believe they have fleet because he's a beast.
Let's double check that.
Let's double check.
So that is enough to make it in. However, he is a beast and has fleet, so he's going to opt to re-roll some dice here.
Just 1.
All right.
That'll get
And
more.
that's enough to get a lot more in right there. So he's just going to start piling up right here. He's going to get a whole bunch into combat.
Oh, this guy actually has a wound.
Yeah. And there they are. So that's probably going to be 1 dead squad of Skitari there. And over here, he has the Wraiths charging into this unit of Sisters here. Now, unfortunately, they can't all see so to benefit from the Overwatch. So these are all going to be regular bolter shots at strength 4, or at ballistic skill 4. The other one is going to be my cannon that's at ballistic skill 5. So, well, I guess that doesn't really matter. So let's roll them all together. Needing 6s. Ooh. Oh, that's... Yeah, these are against Wraiths, though. That doesn't really matter. What's your toughness?
5.
Yeah, exactly.
5's a wound.
Yep. So 1 wound.
3+ save. He makes it.
And you make it. Alright, so. And your charge distance to get in.
They're beasts.
They are beasts, so you're definitely going to want to re-roll that. And they're definitely in. And there they go, charging in. Now, because of the corner, it's going to make it a little bit difficult for you to get all of them into base, but at the very least...
But I can get them within 2 inches of each other.
Exactly, and that's the important part. Alright, so over here in this ongoing combat, I'm going to have 6 attacks this round, so hitting on 3s. Okay, that's 4 hits. That's a lot better than last time at the very least. And this is strength +2, so strength 7, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 3 wounds right there. So you're going to get your 5 up saves on this one. And you're going to make 2 of them. So over here, the veterans are just going to pile in a couple inches just to get more into base here. So he's opting to use his Melt-A-Bomb, so I'm going to get to go first. I have 2 attacks each. So hitting on, what's your weapon skill for the veterans?
3.
3. So hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits. And strength 5, so wounding on 2s. Of course, I rolled 2 snake eyes. So one save here, which you made. His melt bomb's coming back, hitting on 4s. Oh, ouch. Good grief! Wow. Yeah. So you have to just roll terribly on this.
All right. So there's 6 of these, right? So
yeah.
First one. Penetrate.
That's pen. Yep.
Second one. That's
a penetrate.
Penetrate.
Yep.
Third. Penetrating. Fourth.
Yeah. So just roll 4 results now.
Okay. Adding 3.
Adding 3.
I'm gonna blow myself up. You realize that, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I actually don't blow myself up.
So, well,
should I roll these other 2 just to see if I?
Well, there's one explosion right there.
Oh, that's an explosion.
Yeah, that's gonna be an explosion.
I'm gonna blow myself up.
Yeah. Well, let's find out. How many inches?
How many inches? Little money. 2 inches.
2 inches. That's still gonna be enough for everyone. So that's gonna be how many? 4, 8.
It's like 8.
8.
What was it? Strength 4.
So strength 4. Yeah. So I got. And I got to reroll 2 of these. So it's gonna be.
It's like 4.
Yeah.
Now your regular save.
And you make 2 of them.
Alright.
And 2 guys are just going down, and because this is a tough.
Oh no, this is random wound allocation. We have to do the flamer off.
So he's taking the flamer off and he's taking a shotgun off because he wants to preserve his sergeant and his 2 melta-guns, which makes sense to me. And consolidate 6 inches. 2 inches. Yeah, sorry, D6 inches, not 6 inches.
Oh, they're kind of out in the open.
And they're just going to consolidate just like that.
Yeah.
So I got to pile in 3 inches first, which is actually kind of good for me because even if you kill me, it means that you might not get the consolidate range to get to the objective.
Yeah.
All right, so I have the initiative on him, so I'm going to go with my alpha first with his arc maul here. What's your weapon skill? 2. So I'm going to be hitting on 3s here. So that's 2 hits. And this is going to be wounding on, this is strength 5, that's right, not strength 6. So on 2s, of course I only got 1 wound right there, and this is AP 4.
Alright, so it'll take that
so
wound.
That's going to be 1 wound right there, and then the 2 remaining Skitari are going to both hit, and they're not going to wound. So with my combat done right there, he's down to, another swarm is down to 2 wounds.
Let's do.
And he's going to pile in.
Basically going to get everybody.
Yeah, the odds are good that everyone should be able to get within combat range here. All right, so a metric ton of attacks coming my way. So hitting on 4s.
Oh,
yeah, that's a whole bunch of hits right there. All right, so wounding on 4s. That's a whole lot here.
With shred.
Let me just do this quickly to get some things out of it.
Only 1 wound.
Only 1 so far. Come back here, you. Okay, I'm down to 1 left. And just roll some shreds here.
Shreds.
Hey, look at that, some more. And... oh, well.
So you're going to make me roll the next 15.
Apparently I'm going to make you roll the next 15.
I told you that.
Rolling the next batch right here. Alright, so that's a fair amount of hits right there. Wounding on 4s.
With shred.
With shred. Yeah, I'm bound to fail one of these. And there we go. So this squad right here has died.
6 consolidation move on those guys.
Yeah, I think you need at least 2 inches here.
Yep. Which I think I get.
Yeah, you should definitely be within range of that one. So just consolidating 3 inches up definitely puts him within control of that objective. Alright, and over here, his wraiths are a little bit too slow for me, so I'm going to get to go first. So I have 11 attacks from the squad because of the veteran superior there, plus I have the 4 attacks from the canonist from having a close combat weapon and a pistol. So, on 4s, that's a lot of not 4s. Alright, but all things considered, not too bad. So hopefully I can get some wounds in here. Needing 6s to wound. 1 fell off the table. That's going to be 1 wound right there with a 3-up invulnerable save.
Made.
You may now proceed to murder my squad. So 12 attacks at strength 5 with rending, needing 4s to hit. Not the most impressive of hits.
Nope.
All right, needing 3s to wound, I believe. No, 2s.
2s.
Yeah, because you're strength 5.
And 6s.
Yep. So that's going to be 1 invulnerable save right here, which I did not make, and 5 armor saves. I made all the armor saves.
Nice.
So I only lose 1. But I'm still going to lose combat right there. So with her leadership 10 from the Canoness, I'm rolling on 9s. And I make it so they stay in combat.
Perfect.
And there they go, all piled in. So at the end of Mark's turn, he was able to secure Objective 5 with his Immortals right through the wall here. He was able to hold on to Objective 6 all the way over here with his Necron Warriors here. And over here, his Scarabs were able to take Objective 1. So at this point, that does put him up to 5 points total to my 1 point. At the start of my turn, I do have 1 reserve to roll for, and I really need it to come in. Yes, okay, good.
Here it comes.
So my Avenger Strike Fighter is coming in. And my Avenger Strike Fighter is just going to come on, flying all the way right to somewhere here, right to there. Oh. Maybe right to there, I think. Yeah. Right to there. It's going to have line of sight on that Night Scythe at the very least, so it's going to be able to fire into it and hopefully deal some damage to it.
Yep, I got.
Over here, these sisters are just going to move through difficult terrain, just get a better vantage on the Immortals here. For 3 inches, they're still not really moving all that far. But you know what, it's enough to at least get a solid volley down on your guys.
Some plunging fire going on there.
Yep. Too bad there's no bonus modifiers for that. That would have been really nice.
Did probably all but the last couple of a cover save, so that's good.
Yep. Over here, it's probably a silly move on my part, but I'm just going to move forward a little bit more. Oh, no, if I move forward a little bit more, I'm going to be given a cover save. So no, not going to be moving forward a little bit. And for my Doctrine Imperative, I am going to declare a +1 to my weapon skill at this point. I don't think it's really going to matter all that much, but you know, there's not even much point because I'm already hitting on 3s over there, and nothing else is hopefully getting into combat. So I'm not going to declare anything. So I'm just going to fire at base weapon skill and base ballistic skill. So at the start of my shooting phase, I'm going to start with the Avenger Strike Fighter here, firing into the Night Scythe. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make use of my strafing run because you are a flyer. So it's going to be on ballistic skill 3. Starting with the Avenger Bolt Cannon, hitting on 4s. That's a nice solid hit right there. This is strength. Ooh, I got to double check this. Strength 6, so needing 5s to glance. That's going to be 1 penetrating hit right there.
Let's take the cover save now.
Yep, you're going to get the cover save from that.
Which I do not make.
Does not make it. Okay, so we'll come back to that in just a second here. Well, actually, no, because this could make a difference.
Right.
So what happens? 6. Ooh. Ooh.
That's more.
So, because it's a zooming flyer, on a 1 or a 2 with an immobilized result, it actually crashes and burns. 1!
Oh!
Yes!
Well done.
Lucky break on my part.
Right.
The tides might be turning on this part.
2d6 plus scatter, I believe.
Yeah, 2d6 plus scatter.
And it starts from the center of the vehicle, so why don't you go ahead and roll that.
Okay. So let's see where it scatters
Onto
to.
the sisters.
Oh, 10 inches. It's not going to do anything. But at least I've taken out this Night Scythe at this point. Over here, we're going to fire with the 2 Sidonian Dragoons into the Immortals there. We're going to start with the Phosphorus Serpentas, simply because I want to try and remove your some cover saves for the sisters here. So, hitting on none of those. So we're going to move into the Radium Giselles. Just going to get a better area here. And none of those.
Wow.
Over here, all the sisters except for the Superior in the back do have line of sight, but I can only kill a maximum of 5 of your Immortals. But I'm going to make sure they're good and dead, so I'm going to use my Active Faith here to get Preferred Enemy, or reroll the 1s basically, which goes off. 14 Bolter Shots, rerolling 1s to hit. So there is some 1s in there, and needing 3s to hit, so otherwise it's been a good roll so far.
Oh, very nice.
So very nice, that's going to be 12 hits. On 4s! Ooh, that's not too bad either. That's going to be a good chunk of saves to make right there. 3 up armor saves! And you made all but 1, so 5 up feel no pain. And I didn't even kill 1 with all that. But you know what, I still have 2 Meltaguns. And both missed. And I didn't even roll 1s. Over here, this squad with my Warlord is going to take another pot shot at your platoon command squad over there, because you have that autocannon that keeps annoying me. Or is that the last cannon?
That's an autocannon.
That's the autocannon?
Yep.
Okay, so the Arquebus hitting on a 3, sorry, yeah, so that hits. Wounds on a 4. So it is going to wound something as well. This is at a -1 cover save, says the Omni specs.
5 up.
And you make it in your fine tradition of making those 5-ups. So 1 Radium Giselle hits. And that also wounds. So once again, at a 5-up cover save.
No.
Oh, okay. So another guy goes down. So there goes. What was that was taken away? Was that a grenade launcher?
Grenade launcher.
1 grenade launcher. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and roll for them right now because I got nothing else going at them.
They're good.
They are fine. And for my Doom Crawlers, I'm in a tough spot with these guys because I want to fire at both the Scarabs and the Veterans there. But I kind of have to make a choice on this one. And after thinking about it, I think I'm going to go after the Scarabs.
Okay.
Because I have the 4-up invulnerable saves against your shooting. So that might help me out right there. So I'm going to fire against your Scarabs.
Okay.
So starting with the Neutron Laser, which is a Strength 10 AP1 concussive. So I'm just going to center the blast right there. So on the scatter, that is a direct hit for 3 of them. So as long as I don't roll some 1s here, we're going to see some dead Scarab swarms. So naturally I see at least 1-1 there.
All right. So 2 of them, they'll get their cover save, but if they don't make it, they're completely removed.
Yep. So you got your 4-up cover. And naturally you make both. And now the Heavy Stubber going at that same unit right there. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit, because why else? And that's going to be 1 wound. And that's going to be another save. Okay. Next up is the Heavy Phosphor Blaster going at the Scarab Swarm right there. So that's going to be 2 hits. 1 wound so far. That's going to be 2 wounds. Now if you fail these saves, that's going to be 2 removed Scarab Swarms. Oh, okay, so I finally got 1. That's closest.
Oh, closest.
Yeah, you gotta take closest. And his Cognis Heavy Stubber, it's gonna hit once. And it's going to toughness what? Toughness 3?
Toughness 3.
So 1 wound.
Saved.
And saved. And now the one with the Icarus Array. Gonna fire the Gatling Launcher first, which is ignores cover. But because it's Skyfire, it is gonna be hitting on 6s. Nothing. Now the Daedalus Missile Launcher, again Skyfire, hitting on a 6. Nope. And the Twin-Linked Autocannon, Twin-Linked, 1 hit. It's going to be 1 wound, so 1 cover save. Which you failed, okay.
That's strength 7, right?
That's strength 7.
So I think this
gonna
guy's closest, so it's going to take him completely.
Alright, so all that firepower, and I only took out 2 swarms.
Hey, it's 5 wounds, man.
It's 5 wounds, but still, with the amount of strength 6, there should have been a lot more.
True.
And last up, the Heavy Stubber from the Icarus Array one. So that's going to be 3 hits, 3 wounds.
Nice.
All right.
And this one dies.
All right, so I know I said I only took away 2, but that's because I'd forgotten about that Heavy Stubber there. But I was able to take away another base, which is very important. Now, it does definitely put me out of charge range at this point, because I'd have to go down and then over and then back up again. So it means you're very likely going to get the charge on me, so I'm going to have to hope for a good Overwatch at that point. So, moving into the assault phase. So over here, I'm going to charge into the Immortals simply because I don't want that many Gauss Blasters running around and shooting me. So you're going to have 20 Overwatch shots.
That's a lot
going
of
up
shots.
against me. That is a lot of shots. A lot of chances for 6s.
So we got...
All right, needing 6s. And I see 3 6s, 4 6s. Okay. So 6s to glance. Nothing. Okay.
And then I have the Staff of Light.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So 3 shots with that. And 1 hit.
6 to glance. Nothing.
And nothing. So over here, gonna assault in. 4 plus 3 for 7 inches. Yeah, they're definitely in. So they're just gonna charge in right here. There's gonna be 2 impact hits, which will, we might as well do this one right now.
Yep.
So 2 impact hits at strength 5. That's gonna be 2 wounds.
3 plus save. Both saved.
And make both of them. All right, so I got 4 attacks from each of them on the charge. So hitting on, what's your weapon skill?
4.
Weapon skill 4, so hitting on 4s. Okay, that's pretty bad on my part. Wounding on 3s, 1 wound.
Regular armor save?
Regular armor save. And a reanimation protocol.
Reanimation protocol.
Yes, I took 1 out.
Toast.
Finally,
They
something is
even
done.
have a Cryptek with them. So
They even have a Cryptek. Yeah, that's right. It would have been a 4-up. But still, I feel good. I took something out. And they're all just going to pile in. All right. So they lost combat by 1. And they passed their leadership test. And over here, we're going to do 6 attacks. Really looking for some 6s on the hits right here. And once again, not a single 6 to hit. So that means I'm definitely not going to be wiping out this unit. And your priest is not close enough to start dying just yet. So hopefully I'm going to get some good amounts of wounds here. Needing 2s. So that's going to be 4 wounds right there. Needing 5s to save.
Hey.
Okay, so that's going to be 4 dead guardsmen. I'm finally making a little bit of progress over here. Not a lot, but a little bit. And over here, the sisters go before the wraiths. So 14 attacks, because I'm just doing them all together because of the invulnerable save. I dropped one on the floor again. Alright, that's actually a really good hit on my part.
Yeah.
Needing 6s to wound. Oh, where were you with my Dragoons? That's going to be 4 wounds. 3 up invulnerable save. Yes, 2 wounds!
Alright, so you kill one of them.
Oh, they only have 2 wounds?
They only have 2 wounds.
Oh my god, that makes me even happier right now. Alright, so I just took one out. And the Wraiths attack back with 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. That's going to be 3 hits, 4 hits. Wounding on 2s because they're strength 5. That's going to be, oh yeah, shred. That's right. And that's a rend.
2.
So, invulnerable save, so one's going to die, and then a bunch of 3-up saves. They're all going to make it. So once again, I'm only going to lose 1 sister. So they're so far holding the flank, oddly enough, for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the end of my turn, I am going to decide to discard objective number 5 here, just because it's going to take me too long to try and get it, and I would much rather get a chance to try and pull objective number 3, just to sort of get back in the game here. So, that is the end of AdMech Sisters turn 2. Moving on to Necron Astra Militarum, turn 3. At the start of Mark's turn, he's going to generate 3 new objectives here. So
26.
26 is going to be objective 6, once again. The next one up, it's going to be 26 again, so re-roll that one. 21 is going to be objective 1. And lastly, 14 so is going to be objective 4.
So,
and once again, the dice prove to be in his favor because he's already controlling objective 1 right there. He's already controlling objective 4 over here. And he's been controlling objective 6 over here. Now you've got objective 6 every single turn. Every single turn. So that's really been a big help for you on that one. So let's go into Necron Astra Militarum, turn 3.
First things first, these guys are going to go up here to try and claim this objective because I want to use the scarabs to try and...
Makes sense to me, yeah.
So here we go. Difficult terrain. Test. 6
inches, that's going to be well more than enough.
Yeah, this is going to get...
Yeah, it's going to get you up onto the battlement there. You're going to be holding it.
I think only a couple of them are going to get up there, but
that's all you really needed,
that's all
right?
you really need, yep.
Exactly.
And the rest of them, it's of note that the scarabs and the rays are outside of 12 inches of the spider, so they get no special abilities this turn.
Oh, okay. Not that they've needed. I mean, their cover's pretty much been carrying them.
No, the shred has helped with the.
The shred did help.
Here,
yeah,
so.
The shred did help. All right. So where are they going to go?
So these guys are going to move. Basically.
Just move.
So it's what? It's over 3 inches down and then over. I'm basically going to get to the base of this building such that I can assault up it.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. So
we know you can make it. You got 12-inch movement.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And I ignore.
Yeah, you ignore any of the negative terrain effects for that.
Oh.
Before we forget, there is some one-eye open checks over here that have to be made. So the the company command squad.
Company command first.
Once again, they're doing nothing.
And
the Warriors
also doing nothing. But that's okay, because they're sitting on an objective.
Yeah, they haven't.
They're just kind of eyeing each other.
Looking at each other, not quite sure what's going on, but those two guys are just sitting around.
That means, once again, these guys are not going to get their ignore cover to shoot at your Skitari up there on the roof.
It's one of those little things that might come into play for me.
Yeah, no.
And the spider's just going to plod forward a little bit more. Here he comes. And the Lord over here on his chariot is just going to roll over here, get into a better position because he wants to end this combat right over here. So he's going to run the spider. How many inches? 1 inch. That spider just has not been eager to go anywhere, has he?
Yeah.
And the veterans are going to unload with their melta guns into the Doomcrawler squad here. So needing 3s to hit. 1 hit. You are definitely within melta range here. So 2d6. That's going to be a penetrating hit. So I have a 4 armor or invulnerable save because of the field harmonics there, which I did not pass. So this is +2 to whatever the roll is. 6.
Boom.
Of course he would blow it up, because why not? So he's blown up how many inches? 3 inches.
That's going to catch the guys on the ground.
That's going to catch the 2 scarabs bases in the bottom right there.
All right, so strength 4.
So strength 4 hits. There's going to be 2 wounds. And the save of 1 wound is going to go through.
No,
oh, no, because
they've only got 6 plus save,
Oh, it's
right?
only a 6 up?
I think it's only 6 up.
Okay. Well, either so, it's just going to be 2.
Does this count as a blast?
I don't think so. Let's double check that.
Okay.
So 1 scarab base is going to lose 2 wounds, and I'm going to lose this Doomcrawler right there, which is actually kind of a big blow for me. And over here, he's going to fire his autocannon into my Warlord squad of Skatari right up here on the building. It's going to be 2 hits, wounding on 2s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
2 plus armor save, or cover save.
Yeah. And I'm going to lose another one. So there goes the galvanic rifle that's been on the top right there.
It's been killing my guys.
That is enough to force a leadership check on my Warlord squad. So leadership 9, because they're definitely under the 6 inches of the Doomcrawlers at this point. They pass, so they're sticking around. So he's going to assault in with his scarabs over here. Now, unfortunately, the only thing that can see it at the beginning of their charge is 1 heavy stubber. So needing 6s to hit. Oh wait, it's a Cognis, so needing 5s actually. Yeah, so that's going to be 2 hits. And that's going to be 2 wounds right there. And 6 plus saves.
No.
And I'm going to take another Scarab Swarm out.
So this one dies, and this one goes down to 2 wounds.
And that other one is just right over there, just like that. And to assault in.
So I think it's 3 inches.
It's going to be 3 up, and it looks about 4 over.
4 over. 5 over.
5 over?
Yeah,
Okay,
so I need
you're,
an 8.
you're needing 8 inches to get in with Fleet. So 7. 8. 8 inches get you in, just barely.
And then this guy over here is close enough, you're engaged, so you got no Overwatch, so he'll just head right on in.
And there go the Scarabs right up there. It's a good thing I actually bought the Cognis Manipulators this time around, because I wanted the It Will Not Die. Not that it mattered against the one Meltagun that just blew it up.
Right.
But alright, so we're going to be striking at the same time, because I got my unwieldy Cognis Manipulators. So I'll just get my 2 attacks out of the way first. What's your weapon skill?
My weapon skill is a 2.
So hitting on 3s.
Ouch.
Oh, that sucks.
Scarab striking back.
Alright.
Needing 4s to hit.
Whole bunch of hits. Or a whole bunch of attacks, rather.
Attacks, not so many hits.
No.
Oh, that was
That still could be enough. That's still a good chunk of hits right there.
and then-
So glancing on 6s due to Entropic Strike.
nothing.
Nothing. Oh. So
Drawn combat.
we're draw con. That's terrible for me, though.
Well, yeah, but
You just invalidated so much of my firepower right there. Because I'm stuck in combat.
because you're stuck in combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save
it.
you the trouble of moving your gloriously painted minis that are perched on top of this building, and I'll just pile in over here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you would have piled in first anyway. I've been forgetting about my Candace's active faith. She's going to grant hatred to this combat
That sounds
for
like a
this
good
particular
idea.
turn. Who knows if it'll actually do anything, but I want hatred.
Then you
I
get-
have hatred. So I'm going to have 13 attacks going your way, hitting on 4s with rerolls. And I'm very glad for those rerolls right now, because that's 5 more potential hits. Which resulted in 2 more hits, actually. Or, sorry, 3 more hits. So wounding on 6s. And that's only 1 wound.
3 plus save.
Ah, that's a wound that went through, though. Alright, so a Wraith is down to 1 wound. And there it is, down to 1 wound, and you're going to have your 6 attacks back.
6 attacks.
6 back, hitting on 4. Wow, okay.
I wouldn't want to do that for the wounding part.
Alright.
Now they have no special wounds, so no shred this time.
Okay.
But those are all regular wounds.
Alright, I can deal with regular wounds. Those AP2 ones is not what I wanted to see, though. And I'm going to take 1 wound.
Tied combat.
So once again, it's a tie combat, and I lose 1 sister. At this rate, I might actually win this combat.
You might.
Over here, we have D6 Hammer of Wrath from the Chariots into the Sidonian Dragoon right there. So it's going to be 2 Hammer of Wrath at strength what?
Strength 6.
Strength
so
6, so-
5's glance, 6 is pen.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing from that. Okay.
All right, then.
And for the rest of the combat over here, I got 6 attacks. I'm going to put them all into the guard squad with the priest right there, because it needs to die so I can take that objective number 2 and get 2 points here. So, hey!
Nice.
And that's some taser hits, no less. So with the 3 6s there, the exact wording is it causes 2 additional hits on top of that. So this is basically doubling the amount of hits that I just got against you. And these are all wounding on 2. So this is going to be 12 hits wounding on 2s. And that's going to be a lot of saves.
Okay, so I'm going to take these 3 at a time.
Because of the priest? Yeah.
Because of the priest, right?
Makes sense.
So 2 of them die.
Okay. That's 3 done. A third one dies?
Third one dies. All right.
Now
the rest of these are all... Was this... this was one. Yeah. The rest of these are all...
Does he have a Rosarius?
He has a Rosarius.
Okay, so 4 up.
And he's toast.
And
but he only failed 2 of them.
Yeah, he only failed 2 of them. So they continued some extremely lucky rolls with that priest there, but it was not enough this time around. And my Dragoons finally rolled over them, you know, after your Overlord has gotten into combat.
Right.
And now it's time for the Overlord with his 4 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 3s. 3 hits, and these are all Armor Bane. So the first one.
7 plus, that's a pen.
Yep.
Second one, that's cocked.
Is a glance.
Glance.
Next one, that's a pen.
And the third one, or fourth one is also a pen.
So that is enough to kill them all, or kill both of them, which means I'm still not going to get that objective at this point.
There's nothing close enough that you're going to blow up and going to, so it doesn't even matter if you explode.
You might be within 6 inches of some of your, oh no, I have to be within 6 inches. Yeah, so you have just killed them from basically destroying them. And there goes my hopes of getting that objective. And the chariot gets to do a consolidating move for 1 inch.
But most importantly, it lets me put my rear armor to something.
Yeah, you're going to get a better facing.
Yeah.
And over here, I have 4 attacks to make against the Immortals here. So hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Or no, 4, sorry. Because your weapon skill 4 as well,
Correct,
right?
yes.
Yeah. And wounding on 3s because of strength 5. 2 wounds. So you got your 2 3-up saves. Which you failed one of them.
4-up reanimation protocol because there's a crypt tech with them.
Yep. Which you failed.
Failed.
Hey, I took another one out.
What? That makes me make a leadership check, so let's do that now.
All right. So leadership 9.
Got 9s.
Which
And there it is. I told you it was going to happen.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna try and chase him down. So what do you roll?
2 plus 6, I'm an 8.
To my 7. So I fail to catch you.
Back.
So they fall back.
3 inches.
3 inches.
Yay.
All right. We're just gonna fall back just a couple inches right there. And the idea for me is just gonna try and do this all over again. I'm gonna get them by hook or by crook.
For sure.
And consolidation for my walkers over here. 3 inches. So guess what? They're just gonna keep going forward. And they're just gonna keep chasing you down, hopefully. So at the end of Mark's turn 3, he was able to hold on to objective 1 right over here. He was able to knock me off of objective 2 before I could score the points. He was able to take objective 4 and hold on to objective 6. So this does put him up to 8 points at this point to my measly 1 point. So it definitely looks like it's going a certain direction at this point, but let's keep going because we'll see how things can change. At the beginning of my turn, I do go back up to 3 objectives because I did discard objective 5 last turn. And I'm going to get, let's see, 16, which is objective 6. Lovely. So just starting with the Avenger Strike Fighter here, it's just going to zip up. Uh-oh, getting it off the base here. 1 second while I fix this. Okay, crisis averted. So it's just going to fly up all the way over here and just land right there. And get some good shots in on the Immortals there. And the Sisters are going to go through difficult terrain. They're going to try and get to the other edge of this building here just so they can try and get some shots in at the Veterans. With 5 inches, I think it's enough to put some of them within line of sight of them. And maybe just force a save or 2 at this point. Because any little bit is going to help me. So there they are. Over here, these guys are going to fire, the 2 Sidonian Dragoons are going to fire into the Warriors. So they're going to start with their Phosphor Serpentas. They're going to hit with both. I'm going to wound on a 3. That's going to be 2 wounds. So you got 2 armor saves against this, 3 plus. Oh, 1 goes through.
So the Luminogen goes
off.
off.
So the Luminogen would go off, but you do have your reanimation protocol still.
Which I make.
Which you make. But the Luminogen still goes off, so your cover save is going to be reduced by 1. And if I assault you, it's going to be, I can reroll. Yeah.
Not that you probably need to because you're an inch away from
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? If you had any cover saves from over here or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But I do have the Radium Giselle still. That's going to be 1 hit. And that's going to be nothing because it wounds on a 4.
Okay.
And now the Avenger Strike Fighter is going to fire into these Immortals here. Going to start with the Avenger Bolt Cannon with Strafing Run, so it's going to be a Ballistic Skill 4. So that's going to be 6 hits, and it's Strength 6, so wounding on 2s. That's going to be 6 AP3 shots. So that's going to be 6 reanimation protocols you have to make there.
Yep.
That's 4+. Yes, 3 more!
I think this might be the time where I want to activate my Resurrection Orb.
So he does have a Res Orb, but he's just going to take the 3 wounds at this point because he feels confident that... I don't know what his plan is, actually.
I don't have a plan.
You don't have a plan. Oh, okay. Well, I still got a little bit more coming at you.
Yep.
All right, so I do have the missile launchers and the las cannons. I just got to figure out which I want to fire. So it really doesn't matter what I'm going to be firing at you because it's all going to be AP 2 or 3 and it's all going to be instant death stuff. So we'll just do the 2 missile launchers right here. It's Strength 8 AP 3 crack missiles. It's going to be 1 hit. And of course it's not going to do anything. And the las cannon is going to miss as well. And I'm going to snap fire the last las cannon. Hey, the snapfire hits. The snapfire hits. And it wounds. So you're going to do a reanimation on 5+ because of instant death threshold. And you're going to fail. So I'm going to take in another one. All right, I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this squad here. And over here, we're going to fire with the Warlord's Skitarii unit, the Transrec Arquebus, into this platoon command squad again. Just going to slowly whittle it down. Hitting on a 3. Oh, I finally missed. So nothing's happening there. And over here, this unit of Sisters is going to fire into the veteran squad over here. Now, they can only see 2 guys, so at best I can only kill 2 guys. But there's going to be 14, or sorry, not 14. There's going to be 10 bolter shots. Yeah, 10 bolter shots, and then 2 melt-a-gun shot. Yeah, that's right. So that's going to be 5 hits right there. And it's going to be 4 wounds at 4 up save. And you make all 4 of them. Why break a good tradition, right? All right, so the 2 melt-a-gun hits, or shots rather. 1 hit, 1 hit, and 1 wound. So once again, you're 4 up.
4 up.
And you're gonna make it. So at the start of my assault phase, I am going to declare an assault against your Immortals right here. So you can choose to Overwatch.
I will do so.
All right, I think that's a sound decision.
8 Gauss shots, hitting on 6s.
All right, so 1 hit.
Glancing on 6s. Nothing.
Okay.
And then 3 Staff of Light shots. Nothing.
All right.
And then I have to make a leadership check because if I fail this, you're going to wipe me out.
All right.
Ooh,
okay.
That was almost a 6.
That was almost a 6. So, I'm not going to bother rolling because they're just going to get in because they got 3 plus whatever they roll.
Yep.
So once again, they are into combat.
So let's go ahead and do it.
So 2 Hammer Wrath hits, 1 wound, 3 up armor save.
No. 4 up reanimation.
Okay. No.
I'm going to take this opportunity to activate my Resurrection Orb.
Okay.
Which will last me through the rest of the phase.
Okay, sounds good. Gonna get that reroll. And he makes it with the reroll. All right, so starting with my initiative, I got 8 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. So of course I'm only gonna get 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, 1 wound. And
I fail it.
These guys just don't want to make their armor saves, do they?
I'm going to make a reanimation protocol.
Yep.
The Resurrection Orb allows me to reroll that.
Yep.
And I still fail it.
Huh. This squad is just not doing so
They're
well.
not doing so hot. Hey, they got...
All right, once again, he's making his leadership check at 9. And he passes it, so he's going to stay in combat with me for another turn. Just means I'm not going to get shot at by them next turn.
Yep.
Which is probably a good thing for me.
Yeah.
So over here, we have the Scarabs and the Dune Crawlers. He's got 12 attacks at this point. So hitting on 4s. So that's a good chunk of hits right there.
Glancing on 6s because of Entropic Strike.
All right. Let's see those 6s. 1 6. All right, so I'm going to have a 5 up invulnerable save for this, which I failed to make, so I'm going to take a hull point damage. So down to 2 hull points. But
actually, it's your choice. Do you want to...
That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to do my 2 attacks back with my Cognis Manipulator. Hey, they're both going to hit this time.
All right.
On anything but 1s. Oh, and that's going to be 2 dead Scarabs.
Do I get a save?
Let's double check that.
I'll take the one that's wounded here.
2 dead Scarabs. Yeah, why not take the one that's wounded, right?
Yeah.
All right. But you're fearless, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we're stuck in combat still. And over here we have the sisters. I'm down to 14 attacks total at this point, or sorry, 12 attacks total at this point. So hitting on 4s, that's an awful lot of misses this time around. With only 5 hits. So I need to see some 6s.
Do you still have your hatred?
No, it was only for one phase. Yeah. And I saw 1 6. Come on, fail it, fail it, fail it. Come on. No. Okay, so he does make it, and you're going to get 6 attacks back. Hitting on 4s. So 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's going to be 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Come on, armor saves. Hey, and in fine tradition, I lose 1 sister again.
But that's enough for a leadership check.
It is enough for a leadership check. So at 9, and I'm fine. So I'm going to pile in, which is kind of unfortunate on my part because it means he's going to stay within the 12-inch range for the start of his phase.
Barely.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that he's going to be within the 12-inch range there. So at the end of turn 3, unfortunately, AdMech and Sisters are not being able to secure more objectives. So as a result, I am going to discard objective 6 because the chances of me getting all the way over here are very slim. So I'm not even going to bother with that one. I am going to hold on to objective 2 because I think there is still that slim chance that if I can win this combat over here, maybe I can get those Iron Striders over and maybe get some points there. So going into Necron Astra Militarum, turn 4. So at the start of Mark's turn, he's going to go up another 3 objectives here. So first result is going to be
31.
31. So objective 1, which he has at the moment. 13, which is objective 3.
Which is the first time that's been rolled, and that's you have that one.
I'm holding that one at the moment. And next up is objective 26.
That's objective 6.
Which is objective 6, which
I
once
get
again,
roll every turn.
yeah, every turn you've got an objective 6.
So 1 6.
So we have some one-eyed openings to make. So starting with the veteran squad right there.
Veterans.
They're fine on a 2. The Lord.
Is good on a 2.
Okay.
The company command squad.
Why break with tradition? Oh, no, they finally passed it.
And the
Warriors there?
Warriors.
Yeah, so you're finally good. So they're all going this turn.
Everyone's going.
So at the beginning of his turn, he's also going to grant the Wraiths reanimation protocols because why not? It's a great option at this point. And he's just going to boot the spider up a little bit further just to make sure that he's within the 12 inches right there.
All right, these guys are going to go over difficult terrain. Try and get up to the top.
They're going to roll up.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I was going to say roll 2d6, but no, you rolled that 6, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
So they're definitely up there at this
we're
point.
stuck.
Just shift them over.
Now the sad part about this is that my flamer died, so I can't actually like flame across and kill your arquebus there. Your troublesome arquebus.
He's been more of a thorn in your side than anything else. But so there's the veteran squad
Shuffle
holding
these
on
guys
to
around
objective
such
1.
that the expendable guys are in the front.
Oh, exactly. And the Overlord is getting tired of this, so he's actually just going to go through difficult terrain to get up on the building right here.
Which he makes.
I have to admit, I kind of was hoping you were going to immobilize yourself right there.
Yep.
That would have just made my day.
Do you want the sad part?
Yeah, sure. Let's hear the
It's a
sad part.
chariot, so immobilization is just an extra glancing hit.
You know, I'm really starting to hate chariots.
They're pretty mean.
They are just annoying. They
Now the
break a lot of
question
rules.
becomes: do I want Warlord Killer or do I want to kill those sisters?
Basically, it's a question of win more, right?
Well,
We'll figure it out. All right, and the company command squad, the Warriors. Is that what you're moving?
so
Hey, you might as well.
I can't get them close enough to really make the rapid firing work well. So, and I rolled objective 6 again, so I really don't want to move them too much. I just want to move them enough that a couple of these guys can see your flyer there. It's snapshots, but why not?
Why not?
All right.
And the company command squad is going to go fire on my target for that auto cannon once again. And it fails, I think, because you don't have.
They don't have the lieutenant anymore, so that does in fact fail.
So that is a failure. Okay.
Then I guess let's give ourselves.
And he's going to try and give the company command squad the same order of bring it down, fire on my target.
Fire on my target.
Fire on my target. That's right.
And they make it.
And they make it no problem. All right, so he's going to unload with his plasma. So he's got the single shot, needing a 6 to hit. Got that 6, of course you did.
Strength 7, what's your side armor?
10. So needing a 3 to glance.
That is a pen.
That is indeed a pen. So what's going to happen to it at AP2?
Can we make yours crash and burn too?
Yes! Of course we can. No, that's an explode. Because it's +1 because it's AP2.
Yes.
So the Avenger Strike Fighter is going to crash and burn. I hope you don't mind if I'm just rolling the scatter here.
Go for it.
Okay, I want to scatter into your lord for the record.
For sure.
Oh, this could be sweet.
This might do it.
So it's going to be 6 inches?
6 inches. So that's going to put your... Yeah, you're going to hit me. For sure. In rear armor, no less.
Oh, I'm going to lose this game, but you know what? One bloody eye.
Yeah, for sure. Now...
Alright, so it's rear armor 10 and a strength 6 hit. So I'm really hoping for a penetrate here. Oh! That would have been fantastic, but alas, it was not to be. And the Avenger Strike Fighter is dead. So once again, the autocannon is going to fire into my Warlord's Bandit Skitarii over here. Hitting once, wounding on a 2. It is definitely going to be a wound.
2-up cover.
And I'm going to make the 2-up cover. So my Arquebus remains just to be a thorn in your side.
I'll shoot him with these guys here just to help with that.
This might do them in finally.
This might do them in.
This might do them in
finally. I've got 3 shotguns, so that's 6 shots.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so that's going to be 4 hits.
Wounding on 4s. Looks like 3 wounds.
3 wounds, yep. Alright. Now I'm not behind cover in this case, so I'm only going to get my armor save. And...
It wouldn't have mattered if you were behind cover, because you got 2 1s there.
Yep, 2 1s. 1 lookout, sir, for my Warlord. Nope. So, you've actually just, you've taken out the Arquebus and my Warlord with that one.
Wow.
So I'm down to just the Omnis specs.
Okay.
And your Meltaguns.
I will do Meltaguns.
Yeah, do your Meltaguns.
Not with scatter die. 1 hit.
1 hit.
That is going to wound.
Yeah, that's definitely a wound. And, oh, he is behind cover this time.
He's behind cover.
But I've lost the Shrouded rule, so he's dead. Yeah, because it was the Warlord that was granting Shrouded.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I forgot to roll at the end of my turn to see if I get the hull point back for It Will Not Die. Which I rolled off the table. Nope, it does not come back, so he's still going to be at 2 wounds. And the Chariot here is going to fire his Gauss. What is this, a Gauss?
It's a Gauss.
Destructor or something?
Blaster.
Gauss Blaster.
I think.
He's going to fire his Gauss weapon
Gauss
into the
something or
Sisters. And it's going to be
2 hits.
2 hits
All right,
right
now
there.
that actually matters. Let's see what the...
So it's 2 hits, wounding on 3s. No, 2, sorry. 2s. It's going to be 2 wounds. Going to make some 6-up invulnerable saves here. Nope. It's going to be 2 dead sisters right there. So he's going to declare an assault with his Chariot here. The only weapons I have that can actually hurt him are the 2 Meltaguns in there. So I need to see some 6s here, because you only have 2 hull points left, I believe.
Yes, but I can't take it on the Lord, so...
Yeah, that's true, you can. There's 1 6.
I will take it on the Lord.
Of course you would. So, it's going to wound at the very least.
Right, so he has a 4-up invulnerable from his...
Yep.
Yeah. Which I think...
Okay, and your reanimation of 5 plus?
5 plus.
No,
He does
so
nothing,
the Lord
he takes a
is
wound.
going to take a wound. Unlike earlier in the game, when I thought he took wounds and then we forgot reanimation protocols, this time it's a legitimate wound.
It's legit.
It's legit. Alright, and there it is.
So then he's going to charge in.
Yeah, odds are good that you'll make it in.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll
Oh yeah, 7 inches is more than enough to make it in.
So I'm just going to plonk myself right down here.
Yeah. Yep, and there it is.
Crash.
Alright. So D6 Hammer of Wrath for that. 3 Hammer of Wrath hits. Wounding on
2s.
2.
Oh man, only
1 wound. And I'm going to lose another sister to that. Alright, so because he has his War Scythe, he's at it's the War Scythe that puts him in initiative.
Yeah, it's not unwieldy. He's just initiative.
Oh, he's just initiative 2.
Necrons
Okay.
are just slow.
So I'm going to get my attacks first. So I'm going to have 8 attacks going at him, all directed at the Lord because I have nothing that can hurt the Chariot here. So hitting on 4s. Alright, that's actually not too shabby.
5 hits.
And what's your toughness?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5, okay.
So 6 is to wound.
6 is to wound. I need to get really lucky here. I'm not going to get a single 6.
All right.
Alright, and so you're just going to turn around with your 4 attacks?
Yep, 4 attacks.
Yeah. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s. And wounding on 2s. And there's 2 6-up saves I need to make for normal, and that's 2 more dead sisters. So I'm going to lose combat by 3 in this particular case. So let's see if I run away. Oh yeah, they're gone. They are gone. And as a Chariot, can you pursue?
Yes, I can.
All right. So there's my initiative right there. So
That's
7.
7. I need a 5 to catch you. I do not make it.
You do not make it, but you know what? I'm running off a ledge here that's more than 6 inches, so I'm destroyed anyway.
Really?
Yep, because I can't actually. I run down there and finish my movement.
If you get more than a 6, you run back 2d6, right?
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, they're destroyed. So that Sister Squad is dead. And over here we have this combat ongoing. I got my 6 attacks against your immortals. So hitting on 4s. So that's going to be 2 hits.
2 hits.
And it's going to be 2 wounds because it's strength 5.
3 plus save.
And you make them both. All right.
They can't hurt you, so we're just locked up.
Yeah. And okay, and the very last one we'll go over to is the Sisters and the Rays.
Oh no, we got the Scarab here too.
And the Scarabs, okay. So you're gonna get to go first.
Yep, he's got 4 attacks.
There you go. So 4 attacks.
Hitting on 4s.
2 hits. Needing 6s.
Glancing on 6s. Nothing.
Nothing. I'm gonna get 2 attacks back. Hitting on 4s. Nothing. And over here, just gonna see if I can do any damage to the Rays. I'm down to 11 attacks at this point. So hitting on 4s. Oh, nice. That's well, not that nice. Only 4 hits.
I guess I was just looking at the 6s.
Yeah, wounding on 6s. 1 wound at least.
3 up and vulnerable.
And he makes it.
All right.
So you're gonna get your 6 attacks back. That's gonna be 4 hits.
4 hits. Anything but 1 wounds.
Yep. And there's 2 rending and 1 armor save. Or sorry, 2 armor save, 2 rending. So let's do the rending ones. Nope. And the armor saves. Oh, so I'm going to lose 3 at this point. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I'll have lost combat, so I needed a leadership of 7. And I'm running.
You're running.
All right.
I
So
will attempt to chase you.
So 9, because I have initiative 4 on the cannons.
I cannot catch you.
All right, so I'm going to get away. So let's see how far I run away. That's going to be 6 inches, which is enough to put me right about there. Not quite off the table edge, but pretty darn close.
Oh crap, I forgot to run my Tomb Splitter. Oh well.
Yeah, in the long run, I don't think it mattered.
Nope.
At the end of Necron turn 4, I think it's a pretty safe bet that Mark has this game in the bag. And he's gotten to the point where my troops are just sort of disintegrating around him. All I got left are the 2 Doom Crawlers that are sitting in combat with the Scarabs. I got a group of Sisters running away, and then these 2 Iron Striders that are just sort of doing something. So, I think at this point, we're going to call the game. So, good game.
Epic handshake.
Yeah, epic handshake, there we go. And so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this game. As usual, we're gonna have our post-game discussion, so if you're a Vault member, click the link below and check it out. If you're not a Vault member, you can still click the link. You're gonna get access to the Vault for 7 days as a part of a 7-day free trial. Definitely check it out, because there's lots of great content in there. There's more Warzone Apothis missions, there's previous campaign missions, there's painting tips, whole bunch of things. Because remember, anytime we put something out for free on YouTube, we put more stuff in the Vault. So definitely check it out, and happy wargaming. All right, so thanks for tuning in and watching this Warzone Apothis battle report. Now, as you saw, it was a major victory for the forces of the Necrons, and you can't see this, but Steve is grinning ear to ear behind the camera right now.
So much.
So happy.
Lord Canum, I did not fail you.
There's gonna be so much hugging going on. Anyway, so it was a major victory, 12-1 in favor of the Necrons. So not only is he going to be able to take over the Hive City that we were fighting over, but he's going to get to place an additional flag on any adjacent flag tile that he controls. So let's take a quick look at duel here and figure out where he's going. So we'll start by removing the flag that AdMech so gloriously lost, replacing it with that ugly, ugly green flag. I mean, seriously, that is so ugly. That's so ugly. And you're now going to be able to place an additional flag on any adjacent tile. Now, unfortunately, you can't do the city fight one, simply because we have to fight a city fight for that one.
Right.
So
I think I'll put it here because it gets me striking to either a shield generator or a what is that?
Power station.
Power station.
Yeah, so that definitely looks like a great choice there.
Now, that was just the first game that Mark and I are having. I am going to get a chance to redeem myself, hopefully. We are going to be battling it out on the moon of Finette, because we both want to play around with those extra movement distances, just see how they play out.
It's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of guardsmen tripping and dying and failing dangerous terrain tests.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, this is going to be a Vault video, so click the link below. If you're a Vault member, you get to go check it out. If you're not, check out the free trial, and that's going to be 7 days where you get access to all the content. You're going to love it because there's a lot of really great stuff in there, and happy wargaming.